drives me crazy that lavender, which is used by hundreds of millions of people every day across the world in a plethora of products, they just don't know what they're using.
Yeah.
We have done with both APRC as well as doTERRA partnerships with NCNPR at the University of Mississippi, similar studies on adulteration, and have found that up to 2/3 of the lavenders currently on the market, marketed as essential oils, not just products containing lavender, but the essential oils on the market, 2/3 of them are highly adulterated and of poor quality. It is important to know what it is that you're using. doTERRA goes to exceptional lengths to make it clear to everyone what you're using. We publish and source to you the GCMS of each lot of lavender that we sell you. We get rid of many, many totes, huge batches of lavender that don't meet our quality specifications or that are adulterated. Tim Valentiner and his team go to exceptional lengths of making sure that our supply chains are full of quality lavender rather than adulterated lavender. I can't say this really strongly enough. We as an industry have to clean up ourselves because nobody's watching. So doTERRA's doing it right.
Yeah.
Very few people in the industry are.
Yeah.
And we should call it out when we see it.
Absolutely.
And so these publications that the American Botanical Council, that APRC, that NCNPR are doing are all playing a role in helping everyone around the world to understand how adulteration affects us.
Yeah. And Mark, how is your, the bulletins that you're putting out, how is it being received?
People tell us in various companies that they have reset and revised specifications for various ingredients, botanical ingredients, based on our adulteration reports, and consequently have often changed their suppliers, presumably to a better supplier, because of the information they've learned from us about adulteration. So we believe we're having a positive impact, which in the long run, at the end of the day, is good for the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, a report like that has to be produced a lot, you know.
Yeah,
Not only lavender, I was asking him to, you know, make more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of problems on industry.
I know last year you conducted a market study on lavender. Mark alluded somewhere between 50 and 70% on the market potentially being adulterated. What was sort of the findings for your market study that you conducted?
We did on 50 companies.
Yeah.
Around 78% were adulterated.
I know we are very proud of our partnerships. You alluded to the NCNPR partnership, which is the National Center for Natural Products Research at the University of Mississippi. How's that partnership going, Dr. Osgood?
Oh, phenomenally well. We've had a great year with them. So we're working on similar research to what the American Botanical Council with Mark and what APRC has done with lavender. We're also helping to fund and support research into lavender adulteration. In that research, what they're doing at NCNPR is using doTERRA's oil as the gold standard for what a quality oil should look like. And this body of work, which will be peer-reviewed and published, will greatly enhance the field and everyone's ability to detect adulteration as well as root it out of the supply chain.
A couple of years ago, there were some scientific reports made with regards to lavender that caused some concern with our customers and the general public. The issue in question was that lavender was causing breast development in young boys. Specifically, the study mentioned that boys were exposed to lavender fragrance containing products such as colognes, shampoos, and soaps. Mark, I know you've studied this issue and that your organization is preparing to release a paper soon on this issue. And would you like to kind of elaborate a little bit on that for us?
Yes, thank you. And let me just say that the paper has not been completed. We're waiting for some more laboratory tests. It has not yet been submitted to a peer-reviewed journal. So we always want to be careful about discussing something before it's been peer-reviewed. So basically what we have is misreporting in the medical literature by well-meaning people who are clinicians or basically reporting what they saw, and they see that the kids were taking or bathing with lavender fragrance materials, which when they took the materials away, some of these symptoms stopped. So there was definitely a certain association that may be causal related to these materials, but they did not contain, in the best of our knowledge, any essential oil of lavender, but may have contained some synthetic lavender type fragrances, as well as any other types of materials that you find in cosmetics. So it's difficult to really pinpoint what the putatively offensive material might be, but it's not essential oil of lavender to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. I agree that if you're going to implicate a particular ingredient in a long list of ingredients in a product, you should prove that that ingredient is there before you write the article.
Well, thanks, Mark, for all of the great work that you're doing at the American Botanical Council.
Agreed.
And we really appreciate kind of you pioneering these efforts for so many years. Prabodh, quality and purity, why does this matter for the customer?